three lecture we go through the research paper which is going to demonstrate us what kind of latest recent trend is going on, as well as what are the section or sector where the application of AR VR is applied. Okay, so wait for a minute or couple of minutes, because only 50 are there out of 150. Then I will give the instruction and I will circulate the paper also. So wait for a couple of minutes.
Sir, there was an exam of AR/VR yesterday, and there was one question: what is the modality? Can you explain that?
Can you just say exam? Which exam?
Aishwarya ma'am just took surprise test.
Okay, I will explain. Wait for a couple of minutes. Okay.
Yes,
Wait
sir.
for a few minutes other to join.
The question was, what is modality?
So see that if you will go through the modality, there is a various kind of, you can say, sensor modalities also there. Experience modality means a modality when someone is asking what are the mediums, the way or things you are applying to increase the experience of the user. How you can increase the experience of the user? If you say, then you can say sensor technologies, how you are going to control the devices, controlling devices, head mounted, how you are going to tracking the movement of the user, how you are going to track the head shaking of the user. So this is called as modality. Means by the modality, what we are going to do, we are going to increase the quality or experience for the user. So as better modality is opted for AR VR, that better experience will be there, or quality of experience will be given. Are you getting or not? So modality is nothing but it is that the manner by which we are going to increase the experience of the user. That can be in terms of sensor modality, what kind of sensor input sensors you are using, various kind of what kind, because if you see tracking, head tracking, user movement, these all are a kind of sensor by which you are going to measure it, and then you are going to simulate it in your computer to give the user experience. So this is known as modality simply. Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
So this is a simple generic way. Even if you go through the modality as an English meaning also, then it is just that what are the means or medium you have to do something, or the resources you have to do something there in simple English meaning. And if we go for the AR, then we only that what are the mediums we are going to use to increase the quality or experience for the user when the user will interact with the AR/VR. So for that, there is a various way, you can say, by sensors, as quality sensors will be there by which you can track the movement, by which you can track the any kind of head tracking, or you can say eye positioning of the user. That way you can do the better simulation. Same way you can do for the display devices modality, what are the quality you are going to adopt there in the output devices. That can be any output audio display, this video display. Okay, so mainly by which we can increase the quality of our simulation or our product, it is mainly from your input. So mainly for the input, because at better tracking you will show, as better movement you can measure, as better surrounding information you can measure, your experience will increase. So that is the modality by which you are going to do that increment. Okay. So sensor
Yes.
modality, you can explain that what tracking sensor, user movement sensors we have to use, as qualities modality sensors will be used. The quality of the whole scenario of the experience will increase. Okay. Okay. So I don't know how many more is going to join. It is already, we have waited for 10 minutes. Now same practice. If you all are able to see my chat box from one paper. Last time we did that how AR VR can work in the education section little bit. Are you able to see my chat? What I send you? Hello?
No,
Anyone
sir.
can acknowledge? You got that file which I sent?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. फिर से देखो, है तो आपको
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, it is visible to me at least.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
it
it is
is
now
there.
visible.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so if you
Yes, sir, visible.
once you will open this paper, this is hardly of 4 page, and this research paper has given all latest development, that not all I can say, means what possible thing author can cover has covered in this paper to give you the exact trend that is going on in the healthcare, mainly healthcare and medicine. We have to cover 4 kind of application. One is education, healthcare, agriculture, and training. So for education, one exercise we did. Today we do healthcare. One more we do for education after 10-15 days. Okay, because last chapter, if you see, na, that is related to this only. So I am going it parallelly. So just go through this paper. It is very basic paper. I have already read the paper. Very basic. Anyone, whatever the trick I given you in the last, that how to read the research paper, how to make a survey according to your opinion within a 40-50 minutes, that read the title, abstract, then directly introduction, then conclusion, then after what are the good tables or images are given, that you refer, and still if you have time, so go in the more detail. So go through it. After 25 minutes or 30 minutes, we do the interaction. 25 minutes because we have 12, 25. So yes, at 12:50 we start the discussion. Okay, please go through it quickly. This one, it is related to our last chapters. So you can say that it is a parallelly we are going through what we have to cover in chapter number 8 or 9 is there. Application of AR, VR, MR in healthcare, education, agriculture, and training. Okay, so it is part of it. So this kind of thing will be asked in internals also. Just that write and give your opinion how AR, VR, MR is changing the healthcare. What are the section where it is going to affect positively, where it is going to affect negatively. Such kind of things maybe are. So anyone is going to come voluntarily to brief out the paper, or I have to take the roll number. Anyone voluntarily? I am not going to do a cross question, just whatever you interpreted after reading. I am able to see that a lot of people started to leave. So it means that they are just joining and they don't interest to do any exercise or practice. I will see that whoever will left the meeting at this time of slot, that is 10:53, 12:53. I will not consider their attendance. Yes, Anusri, please.
Yes, sir. So basically, it is explaining how it can benefit healthcare doctors and even the health students studying medical and medicine. So I read that it can help to maintain and increase the doctor-patient relationship. It can also increase the efficiency of how doctors work and how the medical students also learn, because we can see that there is a uh, picture which is suggesting of the anatomy of heart diagram. So if sometimes it is possible that a particular um, body part, or let's say heart, is not available, then with the help of 3D view of or the VR view of heart, it can be possible for the teachers to make the students learn about heart. They can also zoom it, they can see it from different views, and the same can also be proved, and the same can also be helpful for doctors while they discuss about some latest works, research, or some detailed surgery and everything. But though all these advantages are there, there are some disadvantages, or we can say there are still some hurdles, like the cost of hardware construction. Then, because of long term use of such devices and technologies, there can also be some health effects to the people who are using it. So, this is what I went through.
Thank you. So yes, in this paper they mentioned very briefly. It is not mentioned in detail that they have mentioned in, you see, the surgery. In surgery, that how AR is going to help. They have just taken and touched the section where like knee surgery, spinal surgery, but they have not given detail that how it is going to help. Okay, so it is right now it is not our purpose that how the spinal surgery is going to be advantageous when we use the AR VR concept while doing the surgery. Means not we, the doctors, and but we will can be the part of that development field. So that is also their second, as Anusri explained, it was about how the AR VR is taking place in the education purpose in medical field, because whenever medical people are going to do learning, they require some real exposure. For that real exposure, they require dead bodies over which they do experiment, they do learn. As you know, in the day by day, as the scenario is going on, the very few people is interested to give the dead bodies. Sometimes lot of medical colleges have to do lot of, you can say, and very few people is there who donate their near and dear dead bodies for the study purpose. But it is not given to each year student. Like suppose a second year or third year student of medical, they are not getting the dead bodies to practice. Maybe final year or pre-final year students are getting, they are learning through it, but it is also very limited one. But what the ARVR did in this, that is now going to give you 3D structures of each organ of the body, and that will be that much closeness to the real world, that when the students are learning with such kind of VR application, like anatomy, whole anatomy structures can be converted completely, that can be converted in VR application. So whenever students will interact and learn through that VR based anatomy application, they and then when they will go for the real body dead bodies over which they do, so their accuracy is going to increase. So it means that for making a student perfect, least amount of dead bodies will required there. So that is the one major benefit. Earlier what is happening, whenever they are teaching the anatomy, if I will talk about 5 to 10 years ago, they were teaching with the charts. On the chart there will be anatomy, different section, or dummy, in the dummy was prepared with the POP. With that they prepare it, or many other chemicals are coming through which they are making the dummy of mind, of heart, of knee, and then they are explaining the things. But in that, the interactiveness was not that much. But through the AR, VR, that is there. How many of you visited our VR lab and gone through the heart in our lab? Anyone who were present here and then visited our VR lab? No one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
At
have
the
you gone
time
through
of
that
campus
heart application?
visit, at the time of campus visit, I visited the lab, and it
So
was,
you
I
have
mean,
gone through that heart application. Have you gone through?
yes, one madam, I mean, one teacher, faculty was there who was demonstrating that
Okay.
too.
So those who gone through, they may realize that the learning accuracy is going to be increased. And after going through any 3D environment learning, when we go for real exposure, then least amount of real exposure required to become perfect. So that's why you may also know that lot of companies are using AR VR based simulation to teach their employee for any kind of manufacturing unit, or for plane, for any, even the military defense people are using such a AR VR simulation for train them how to operate a particular missile, or you can say tanker, or any kind of thing that is going to be operated by the army personnel. So they are using that same way. The medical field is also. Second thing, the major what I feel is the in the AR we are one experience, one research is going on. Whenever you are getting time, you just explore. How many of you can feel the pain of others? That is just until unless it will not come to me, I cannot realize. बोलते हैं ना कि जब तक पढ़ेगी नहीं तब तक नहीं पता चलेगा किसी का क्या दुख है. So do you know, if right now whenever we are going to doctor, what we are doing? We are telling our problems, our pain intensity, we are saying, or we are crying, we are showing some very ruckusness, or very, you can say, randomness in body, because a lot of pain is there. Then by that intensity doctor can understand. But can we do such thing that can I measure my pain by the device and I can transfer it to someone else so that they can feel and they can treat? Can I transfer my pain? Suppose I have a headache, I want to transfer it to someone to just feel for a few with some devices. Like what is happening when lot of telepresence application are there. When I am doing whatever here, same thing is going to be there at remote location also through my HoloLens. The application HoloLens are there through which these all are happening. Same way can we do? Yes, for that research work is going on, that how to measure, because these all are the senses now. Why we are feeling the pain? Because our sensory organs, neurons are there that is traveling it through the mind. They process, then they decide that what intensity of pain. Accordingly, our we start to behave. Same thing can be in AR. What we are doing? We are trying to measure all kind of sensory input, and then we are going to simulate, and then we are going to produce the output. Same way can we do for the pain management, pain relief system. So a lot of work is going on there also, so that they can understand what the patient's situation. That is for the dummy purpose only. But research is still going on that also, that part also, to give the feeling of others to other, that it means your pain to measure and then give to others so that they can decide which intensity medicine to be given. Or mainly this problem is with the 2 year 1 year child, they cannot speak. So if they cannot speak, that is for the pediatrician, it is hit and trial sometime. That for stomach pain, they start to cry, they give the one intensity medicine, then again it is not treated, then again they will go, they increase the intensity of medicine. This is the hit and trial kind of thing is going on. But if exactly the things can be known by the, because the pain, the emotion that patients are feeling, these all are kind of sensory things that is produced. So if anyhow we can measure it and we can produce it in a quantitative manner, then it will be better. And still it is not existing, but lot of research, if you will search the research papers over these things, you will get it. So these kind of things are also going on in the AR VR field. The latest, very recent and latest things are there. So you can imagine the era of 30-40 years from today, that where the medical, you can say, medical fraternity will be. Because this MRI, CT scan, X-ray has totally changed the medical fraternity. Earlier, they do everything on the hit and trial basis. Once these all imaging system has been come, like X-ray imaging system, MRI is also imaging system. So many others, a lot of ultrasonic, or you can say ultrasonic or sonography. These all things are there, na? So these all things are because of technological development. Same way AR VR is also doing with the healthcare. Anyone else want to say over the research paper on this? What we have said? Anyone else? Last. Anyone? So I will take one call if no one. So roll number 21. Roll number 21. Roll number 21.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You have gone through the paper.
Yes, I gone through like the applications which help in healthcare
What I am
practice.
asking, that only speak. What you found very interesting for you?
Yes, I found like one exposure therapy was there using VR, which removes the acrophobia, that acrophobia fear from the person.
Okay, so you have arise an interest that how this thing will happen? Because in the paper this
Yes,
detailed thing is not given.
yes, yes. Like the person have to wear the VR headset, and then he or she have to face the situation like they are standing at the top of the building, and so their fear will be removed with the use of that VR.
Okay, so if you found it interesting for you, then what you do? Please explore it more. Because same way, whenever you are going through, whenever I am sending the research paper to go through it, if you found any one of you, if you found something is interesting, some particular section of the paper is interesting for you, then explore it more to contribute in that. Maybe not you are going to write a research paper, maybe not you are going to do the development in that section, but what you can do, just make a perception at with you, as well as what you can do, you can have a proper knowledge regarding that how AR VR is going to contribute in that section. So if possible, then Jay, you please explore it more. So after
Yes, sir.
15 days, maybe after 20, 10 or 15 days, I will ask you that how much more you explore. Okay? Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, after 10 and 15 days, I will ask you. I will not forget. Fine? Not it will be not kind of question answer to grade you, just to know that how curious you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyone else? So why your voice is too down now? What happened 21? Jay?
Huh,
You feel
sir?
that, you feel that something wrong happened with you?
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Nothing.
so
All of.
just to know, I already said it, I am not going to make grade by this. Just
Yes,
to
yes,
know that
sir.
how much you are curious to explore more.
Ah, sure, sir.
Okay. Okay, so what attendance I will consider, those who joined before 12:45, that attendance will be only consider, others will be marked as absent. Thank you.